I have to say, I know everybody complains about the international break, but it is an opportunity to get to bed early.
Yeah.
It's an important opportunity to
all
rest.
the stuff on though.
There is, and
reset.
It didn't happen to me last night now. It was more, in research for today and all that. And then Tony Cascarino, there was a documentary about him. But it started at 9:35, and once you start with something like that, you have to commit to it, and then it's a real late night.
I sent you the Vimeo of it on Friday. You could have watched it.
Didn't see it.
You didn't watch it?
I didn't see it.
No,
I'm
I didn't
going
watch
to watch it back today, I think.
Okay.
So if anyone out there saw it, do let us know what it was like. Did you actually watch it?
I watched bits of it, yeah. It looks great.
It looks great. Oh, yeah. So you've got just enough to whet the appetite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just that bit before me.
Yeah,
I don't have any attachment to him, Like I read the book, I read Kimmage's book years ago. Class.
Yeah.
Amazing, but I've no there's no pull of it there, like to see the clips and see the footage and stuff. I don't know why.
Yeah, he's the last time I saw him was Tony Bet ads.
Oh yeah.
He's all over those, being Tony. And
Yeah, he's in the Times as well, isn't he? He's always on TalkSport.
Yeah. Right, busy man, yeah.
But I don't know. I just don't have that.
Good. He was good with was it Shabana Hearn was on TalkSport with him recently, talking about Matt Beard passing. And he was really good in that. He was very sympathetic. So he's a really good broadcaster. And then, what do we think of him as a country, like, from the football side of it? Reading in the year's moment, remember him getting sent off.
Turkey.
Oh, yeah, Turkey, one of those qualifiers under the early stages of Mick, where it didn't work out. Where number 12, dying days of his career. Scored in the shootout against Romania.
Yeah.
Was part of a lineage of, we had, like, really strong strikers, centre forwards, and he was one of them.
Yeah. It's an amazing career. It's cool. I love anyone who goes away. And he's been great. He's been great talking about it before. He's like, I have no doubt whatsoever it'll be an amazing story. But I don't know, it's just like, it'll be an interesting thing now, because it seems these come out, there's almost one a year. These things about all these boys. So it'll be interesting to see who kind of comes up next.
Townsend, surely. I'm fascinated by Townsend.
Why?
Because he was one of my favourite players as a kid.
Oh yeah, okay, well that's...
And also, I think that his relationship with Ireland is not very present, is it?
No, well, again, he'd be another one. Kind of, the name and you kind of know of him, but
Kimmage wrote his World Cup diary,
all right.
Which was, as a result, very good. And I don't know, I'm interested in all those lads. Like, I was flicking through Ronnie Whelan's book recently, and Ronnie, because of the COCOMs now, and people don't really enjoy him on COCOM, has somehow faded in people's minds as an absolutely sensational footballer. Present for many of the most historic nights in Liverpool's history, and obviously comes through that system and has great stories about the end of days under Souness. Big row with Souness at the end when Souness was the manager. I'd watch all that.
Yeah, it's just tough when it's before your time. I just don't. That's not an excuse. I'm not saying you're not interested in stuff beforehand, but I would have never seen Ronnie Whelan play. Like, I wouldn't have.
You do like sports history, though.
No, you do. But I'm just what you're saying there as well. Like, you'd forget. It's like, I can't forget. I never remember. I wasn't there. I don't remember. But no, it's great. It's great that they're doing this, and it's great that they're kind of. I don't know. Is it the one company, or is it how this comes about, or who?
Well, Sean Casey made the Liam Brady one, and he made this one as well.
I love the Brady one.
Yeah, so
Oh, sorry. So say same. Okay, perfect. Actually, it bodes well. That bodes well.
Yeah,
but great. But I don't know. I'll watch it back today.
Great footage in. I presume it's Townsend's back garden. Looks nice. He's a nice guy for the country.
Oh yeah.
Well tended with a greenhouse. Like, oh, that's nice. Nice to know that.
He's forged out a great career for himself in media as well, though. The Premiership.
Yeah.
Tactics drug.
From all the way, but that was like
from all the way. It's incredible.
Yeah. But he's you tune in on the weekends, and you're like, himself and Matt Holland have a bit of voice twins, are they?
Oh.
For the first 2 minutes, I'm like, which one of these former Republic of Ireland midfielders is this?
It's great though. It's fantastic for them.
Is he still on Premier League Productions? Does anybody? You hear the voice?
Oh yeah. He still does COCOM.
But for who?
I don't know. I think it comes through the World Feed. Because I remember someone talking before.
It's always the game that TNT have that Sky show the highlights of.
Okay.
Is it? Or am I mixing him up with Matt Holland?
No, I don't know if Matt Holland does Premier League games, does he? But Townsend definitely does. But
All right, if it's not Matt Holland.
I could be wrong. I wouldn't have thought so.
Who's John Champion's partner?
It depends what platform it's on. Isn't Champion with... We're getting really in the weeds here. Is Champion when he does Amazon? Does he do Champions League games on Amazon or the Premier League games on Amazon with Shearer? Anyway, I don't know. Look, I'm not... we've gone down a path here that I don't know the direction towards, and I'm getting further and further out of my depth.
If anybody has any answers to this, 0879 180 180 is the WhatsApp number.
Yeah, I like all this stuff. That Liam Brady documentary was great because he still has the cadence and accent of where he comes from. You know, he's a proper dub. But then the other part of the documentary, you see him speak fluent Italian.
Yeah. Oh, it was
it's one of the coolest things. Like, just no matter seamless retransition back to. And then how prominent, you know, the other thing with Brady that I don't even know if we talk about it as much as we should, is how prominent he was at Arsenal with Arsene Wenger there. And he would decide the fate of all these young, amazing talents that we went on to know, and some that we didn't. So he was there at such a crucial time for the club, like when they created all these great players that came through the academies. So he's tentacles everywhere, Brady.
Wasn't it during the doc they had with Chesney as well? Was that that story? Yeah.
He went back. He was went to Juventus, didn't he? And Chesney speaks very highly of him. Does that also remind us? Was that Brady would towards the end of his time got a bit softer, and when he was releasing a kid, if the kid broke down crying, he'd be like, look, just stay.
I don't know.
Just we'll figure something out. Just stay, because it was such a heartbreaking, prominent part of his job was breaking someone's dreams.
But Keith talked about that, didn't he? When he went going over to Arsenal and Brady and having a bad day over there, and then Brady being like, I think he's tried to explain it. He was saying, and Brady was like, no. It's like, Grania, whatever you're telling, whatever story that is, it's like, no, good luck. Didn't happen. He'll do that justice more so. He's definitely told it on here a few times, but like of just like even for someone coming across from Dublin, who you presume he'd want to give the best chance available, but it was just ruthless.
As in, Keith was making excuses for a bad performance.
I think so. I think he was kind of alluding to that he might not have been 100%, and Brady was like, not tough, but effectively just like, yeah, tough.
There's a database, icdb.tv, where you
What's
can
the commentary
check.
one?
Yeah, so you got all of John Champion's games, and it looked like it is John Champion and Andy Townsend as well.
There you go.
For NBC and the World Feed, they seem to work together. So there you go.
Townsend's great at that, though. He's really good. I really enjoy him as a co-commentator in general, if you ever come across it. No, it's not that often, but
Definitely.
Don't ever often cause to watch the NBC coverage.
Matt Holland is doing World Feed.
There you go.
Games. Villa Fulham, Bournemouth Fulham. Man United Chelsea.
Okay. You'd be delighted to know today is the return of Who Gets It First. We'll do this in a while, but I was thinking of a third question to go with the trio of questions I'm going to be asking you there, and I've got it now. So it's a very specific game we're going to play in about, I'd say, 10 minutes from now. But it is budget day.
Oh yeah.
Happy budget day.
Yeah.
Hope you're excited.
Everybody feeling dangerous?
Yeah. And I was thinking, you're coming here for your escape, of course, not for budget talk. So I was thinking, well, budget. But I'm on a budget. I don't have much money. I need a bargain. Some of the greatest bargains in sport, right? So I was looking at this, right? The players, some of the players who cost next to nothing.
This list always wins. It's always Seamus Coleman.
It was Seamus Coleman who I started with. Do you know how much he cost?
60 grand.
60 grand, boy. Vincent Company.
Yeah, we say that as if it's a positive thing. It's such a negative.
What is?
It's so indicative of all the problems that were there that this Premier League club could come in and take a player, because Sligo Rovers weren't equipped enough to know it's like what they have here.
Oh yeah, don't mind that though. He got out.
It's not a positive. It's a bad story.
It's colonialism.
It's shocking. Like, look how cheap this is.
Well,
I know.
It's
And he was
slave labour
class.
that we managed to
He was
extract.
unbelievable. Well, that's what the budget kind of makes you feel like that, I suppose.
We built the Hill Dickinson Stadium off the back of this 60 grand. Look what we built. What are your facilities like?
Yeah.
Vincent Company,
Million and a half?
6 million Man City paid for him. Do you know he was one of the last signings before they got money, even though he went that summer? It was weeks beforehand. 6 million. Now, who loses out there?
Anderlecht.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, he obviously doesn't get very much of a signing on.
There's actually a sad story to all these origins, is what you're saying to me. That someone down the line is missing out.
I think Anderlecht are fine.
For example, did Lech Poznan do well when they got £4 million for Robert Lewandowski from Borussia Dortmund?
Probably not. They might have got some sell.
They might have had some good bit fees in there.
I'll try and find a fee that you're all happy with, right? Henrik Larsson went to Celtic from Feyenoord. Do you know how much that cost?
2.5?
650 grand
Oh, that's pretty cheap.
in
He'd
1997.
had a horrific injury, hadn't he? Or was that after?
1997, make way for inflation. It might be about 3.5 mil.
Yeah.
He got an injury early on, but one of the greatest returns from injury, actually. He scores he got in that treble winning season when he came back. I'm glad you're enjoying this. So who else do we have here? Marcelo went to Real Madrid from Fluminense for 8.5 mil. I mean,
what year though?
It's pretty good. 2006.
See, that's like a lot of money in 2006.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
You know, I mean, he was obviously a great signing and stayed there 15 years.
I have one for you, right? And you're gonna say to me, I remember one of his moments, but he was actually good. Newcastle signed Demba Ba from West Ham.
Is this a bargain?
It's not even a bargain because nothing was exchanged. Free. And he ended up. That was when was it Newcastle? They were briefly unreal. They had himself and Cisse up front, and they were like top league under Alan Pardew and all
Yeah,
that.
Best scored the hat trick.
Yeah.
Free. Cost nothing on this budget day. Wouldn't we love something for free today? Man City sold a millionaire to Liverpool for Nout. That can be a sell. Michu,
Yeah.
cost Swansea just 2 million.
But he was only good for about 8 weeks.
From right, no, he's called Tiro. League Cup 2013 against Bradford City. Michu starred up front that season. 2 million quid he signed. That's nothing. Cesar Azpilicueta, £6.5 million from Marseille to Chelsea, as they all called him Dave because they couldn't pronounce his name. Great servant to the club, still playing at a high level.
Couldn't pronounce his name. So tricky. Cesar.
I think it's more the surname.
Paolo Di Canio. Now we're getting going, right? Sheffield Wednesday to West Ham. Why do you have to leave Sheffield Wednesday?
Pushing over Paul.
What was the name of that? Okay, got him. 1.75 mil. Now, these are great bargains in football, where lads went on to have great times with that club. But you're seeing the side of it. Well, the seller wasn't remunerated correctly for services rendered.
It was pillaged.
And so maybe this is an investigation waiting to happen.
You're missing the most important one in your lives. Eric Cantona.
Well, that was 1.2 million in 1992. I mean,
Hardly my life either, I'm not.
What? You're a Man United fan.
Yeah, but I was one when it happened, like.
Yeah, but that's.
so you might have acted differently that day.
It's like.
But there wouldn't have been all that glory hunting that you've had ever since.
How much do you think Arsenal paid for Robin van Persie?
Robin van Persie. How much did they sign him for?
He was only a young lad and he wasn't in the team straight away.
Very young.
950,000.
No. They really gave Feyenoord a lot of money there, Arsenal. 2.75 mil. You know what I mean? That's what you can do on budget day. You can go through this. And of course, Ashley Cole. This is one of the most curious deals, right? Very few swap deals in Premier League history. You had Henrik Mkhitaryan and Alexis Sanchez a few years ago. But Ashley Cole went from Arsenal to Chelsea for £5 million plus
William Gallas.
Oh, yeah. How much was Gallas worth?
He did make his position untenable, didn't he?
I don't know. Well, the thing about Gallas at Arsenal, what I remember, is he wore the number 10 jersey. Played centre half.
He beats the ground.
And then he had a strap after they threw away the game away to Birmingham City.
Yeah.
That was the Martin Taylor Eduardo game.
Is there...
He was our captain.
There's no world in which that's actually him going mad and... Did they win ever after? They didn't, did they?
Well, that would have been...
it was kind of...
2010-11.
Sorry, who's the swap deal?
Ashley Cole and William Gallas. Arsenal Chelsea.
So Ashley Cole goes to Chelsea now.
Yeah,
Great
for 5 million.
Chelsea.
This is the whole 55 grand nearly crashed the car.
Yeah.
Was outraged. I mean, fair enough. Andy Robertson.
Oh, hang on. I'm mixing up William Gallas's time.
With
At
Tottenham.
Arsenal. He had dropped at Arsenal as well, didn't he?
That's what we're talking. Yeah, Arsenal.
So he's dropped at Arsenal and he gets transferred to Chelsea.
No. He's at Chelsea. He's minding his own business. Chelsea want Ashley Cole.
So what was
And they-
Callas's position untenable at Chelsea?
No. Cole's position was untenable at Arsenal.
okay, yeah. Sorry. Okay, I was like,
Then he ended up playing for Spurs.
Yeah, playing Spurs, yeah. And no one really was bothered about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a bit like when Adebayor did it.
A great mercenary.
Annie Robertson was sold by Hull to Liverpool for, I think this is a fair enough price, 8 million.
Did he have a release clause?
Did he ever release
They were
that?
relegated.
Ask me, do I have that information to hand? I don't.
I think they were relegated, weren't they?
Relegated with Hull in 2017.
Yeah.
Robertson was signed
Could
to
be wrong.
deputise for Alberto Moreno.
I could be wrong.
He's been at the club 8 years, so £8 million, 8 years at the club. He's won the lot for them.
got to stick around and get your testimonial
hero.
after 10, don't you?
Yeah.
They don't do that anymore. You don't hear of footballers getting testimonials because they're so rich, is it?
Yeah, I think so. I think that was originally the point, wasn't it? Testimonial, try and help him out. And of course, JJ Okocha went from PSG to Bolton for
800,000.
an out.
All right.
Hopefully, we got some great deals like that today on budget day.
So news overnight, Jim McGuinness is going to be the Donegal manager for 2026. They put Carl Lacey in as the minor manager, so there's at least a clear succession plan. Obviously, Carl Lacey had been part of the Kilcoo management team in recent years, but McGuinness is coming back. Does that mean Michael Murphy will come back? I don't know. One more season? Why?
May as well.
I think he's still able to contribute.
If he's got it, they went through 11 games this year.
Maybe he manages minutes next year. Is that what you're saying?
No, but just like if he's able to do that, he's probably able to go again. Like I know that seems a bit specious reasoning, but it kind of feels like if he had the legs to go the whole distance there, he probably has to do at least if it's to slow down a little bit. But you made yeah.
I'm just imagining that that's the motivation to come back in the pros and cons list. Pro, may as well.
yeah, well,
I'm not doing anything else.
they'll definitely feel like there's an All Ireland there for him.
For Murphy,
Well, for Donegal, yeah.
do you think there's?
I think so.
Do you think they just underperformed the final, or is that was at their level?
No, I don't think that.
They didn't. You know, does hindsight tell you Kerry hammered Donegal? They won comfortably. Is that a hammering?
Yeah.
I don't
yeah.
know, but it was comfortable. No, I remember you texting me at the start of the second half, texting us saying, "It looks like it's over now." But then they got it back to 4 points.
They did, yeah. But
it was a 4 point in the distance.
It didn't feel like it was ever in the mix, yeah.
But it wasn't certainly wasn't the other All-Ireland final. It was no humiliation or embarrassment.
Yeah. But I don't think it takes an awful lot for that to be a different game. Maybe Kerry win again, but I don't necessarily think they win that way again.
Connor's staying on.
Yeah.
And so
yeah.
they'll hold on to. Lads, absolutely happens. The evening of the All-Ireland final, there was a push notification sent out. He's going to go.
Yeah.
That Connor. So he's staying, and they're going to maintain everyone. They get
I'd say so.
Barry back from Australia. There's no reason why they can't retain it.
Oh no, they'll be heavy favourites, don't they?
Yeah.
They are, yeah.
Huge, yeah.
Well, yeah, they are, yeah.
But I just you never know. Like Donegal are obviously good enough to get to a final, and maybe next year someone else takes Kerry out. It's not inconceivable by any stretch.
It's not a dominant era by any means.
Yeah, I
Competitive.
still don't think they're Dubs-esque.
Yeah.
Maybe they will be, but so we got to wait and see.
So we won't see anything too madly different next year in terms of rules, really. So the ball, if an opposition player touches the ball before it goes over from outside the 40-metre arc, it's still a 2-pointer. They're more punitive if you don't adhere to the 1v1 rule at the start of the game.
That's been a problem.
And also, it was really described in detail as well, that particular rule. Yeah, I hadn't noticed it either. And what was the other one then? Well, the shirt putting will be a black card / penalty. So, all intents and purposes, it would look very similar to the year that's just gone, but there'll be another year down.
Yeah.
Kerry are 13-8. Donegal are 13-2. Tyrone are 15-2 third favourites. Dublin are fourth favourites at 8-1.
Yeah.
After that, it's Galway, Armagh, Mayo 12.
One thing that will be different next year, no Stefan Campbell, no Soupy. I enjoyed his cameos in the last couple of years. I mean, presumably he didn't, not starting games.
Well, he's 34.
One of the most beautiful players.
He He's been around since 2011.
He had composure in abundance, time on his side when he was picking a spot.
And he's playing soccer a lot. So
he plays like a soccer player. He plays like one. He does.
Odd will. It'll be very, very interesting to see how different teams adapt and what they've learned and what they take from the different little tweaks we'll see, because we're bound to see, someone's bound to have noticed something. Which will just it'll make it that bit more interesting.
It's really interesting, yeah, because it was a free shot, free for all this year. Who knows who's going to adapt? I remember talking to Maris Brasden about it, and we were like, is it all going to be a caveat and asterisk in 2025 under everything? Now, that didn't turn out to be the case, because I think teams adapted far quicker than some had anticipated. Next year will be interesting, because the adrenaline rush of newness would have dissipated. The honeymoon period will be over. Will we still be as excited? I'd say we will be. This will be a better game.
It's hard to see how it would go too far wrong.
Yeah, so this time next year we're talking about get rid of X.
Yeah,
I can't see it happening.
I can't. It's like, it was great. It was so good that it's very hard to see it. I think even now, if there was someone who came in who kind of threw a bit of a curveball and stifled it a little bit, even that would have a little bit of attraction for time being.
Lads, has it ever happened in any other sport that a sport has to change its rules so significantly, so quickly? You'd probably have to go back a long, long time before our ancestors. But it is mad, really, did that happen, isn't it?
I think rugby
remember having
has undergone fairly significant stuff, but
not at once, though, is it?
The tweaks. Well, after the World Cup in 2003, they started to change the rules, and it's quite a different sport now. But things like the 50-22, that's their equivalent of. But in fairness, this was like radical surgery as opposed to any slight changes.
This was the open heart surgery, yeah.
But stuff like the linesman can bring a referee's attention to infringements at any time. That was just common sense. It's mad that they needed this whole, we're making all these big changes. Like, well, you have all of these available people watching infringements happen, and you're like, oh, can't say anything. Oh, ball's still in play. That guy just broke that guy's face, but I can't say anything till. That just never made any sense.
Do you know what I'd say? And I don't remember it, so maybe you'll correct me wrong. But I'd say that not as many changes, but the change of the pass back in football. Yeah, that was radical to the extreme.
That was huge. That changed everything.
Ended careers.
To be fair, yeah. Like, did Peter Shilton just get out in time?
Yeah.
Well, no, he played into the mid to late 90s, so he would have had to have done it. But like, if you watch back those games, like, because Italia 90 was still in play, wasn't it?
Yeah.
If you watch, because we're talking about Tony Cascarino to start there. Watch back some of those games. Remember, they used to play the full things during COVID. Yeah. The likes of you and I could catch up in this greatness of yesteryear. And it was, oh my God, how did people sit through those games? Like, where it was just a constant out.
It's so annoying to watch.
We're all these European Cups. Just go 1-0 up, just flake it back to the keeper there. It's like a soft shot back to him.
It's unbelievable.
It was a great move, because I imagine there was huge backlash at the time for doing that. And football also changed the point system, wasn't it? It was 3 points for a win.
Yeah. I don't know how year.
It's relatively recent.
Was that in the 80s?
Early 80s, maybe 3 points for a win. So that's pretty significant. But I suppose all at once, and maybe the difference here is that most people within the game, agreed with the changes, that something had to be done. I remember having Paul Choice sitting right here the morning of the experimental weekend at Croke Park last October. And we just asked him, like, how do we get to a place like this? And this was just the beaten All-Ireland finalist by a point, 12 points to 11, wasn't it? Armagh beat Galway. And he kind of was like, I don't know, just kind of the systems got to such a place where teams were cancelling each other out and there was nowhere left to go.
Yeah, I do wonder if a manager had come along and just been totally radical and approached that in a different way, it might have been all right. But Neil McDermott, colleague of ours, has been in touch today, 3-point line in basketball.
Oh, yeah. That was a big... When did that happen?
I want to say the 70s, but I could be wrong about that.
3-point line in basketball?
Yeah.
When the 3 points coming in soccer? Must have been early 80s, yeah. But it must,
And even then, to be honest, the 3-point line was big, but it's actually only when someone like Steph Curry comes along. And that took 20 years, 30 years.
But I suppose there's always there's seismic things that, like even baseball last few years with the shot clock or the pitching clock, trying to speed the whole thing up and everything. But I do wonder just the
61.
the number of changes. 61.
The NBA for the 79-80 season. So it was tested in non-professional leagues, and then 79-80 is when it happens in the NBA. Sorry.
I forget where I was. Anyway, change is good.
Yeah.
Change is
good. It's scary to many. You get a lot of naysayers at starts, but it was great. It worked out so much better. I don't know what you had in your mind this time last year, how it was going to play out. I just thought it was going to be carnage.
Yeah.
But I was embracing the idea of a bit of an edge to something. But it turned out that they were just able to adapt pretty quickly.
It is mad the lengths they'll go to not to fix the provincial championships. You're like, oh.
Or pay managers and how they're going to pay them. That's also in the Irish Independent today. They're the real difficult things to do, as it turns out. I mean, do you think that, you would think that changing the rules of the game would be unfathomable. Turns out that's quite easy if everyone's on board. Charade set to continue, though, as manager payments maze holding back real reform, writes Colm Keys in this morning's Irish Independent. GAA plan to standardise pay to bosses must overcome complex issues. So, when the GAA's Amateur Status Review Committee toured the provinces in July to consult counties on how to ease the strain of inter-county season, the idea of a form of payment structure to managers was met with a cool response. So, one idea here was managers, in recognition of their place in the game and in the county and the responsibility they bear, should be paid in a manner consistent with that of an employee of the association, i.e. remuneration in the form of wages or salaries according to agreed set of KPIs or a contract. Another proposed the status quo that managers should only receive expenses consistent with the standard rate set by the Orchara. Any payments above this expenses only model will be prohibited and subject to sanction. So, this is quite a complex issue, right? Every county has completed or is currently completing an audit of their accounts going back to 2019 as part of an agreement reached between the GAA and the Revenue Commissioner last December, when a number of counties underwent initial revenue audits for 2018 and 2019. The vast percentage of liability will, it is understood, come from payments made to inter-county managers and service providers. Okay.
Are people just generally against this? Is that why it's not going to happen? Even though it's happening, people are against it. And so therefore...
there'll always be a way around it, won't there?
Would it not be better just to put it out in the open? And
you could just have a way around it, like in terms of if X manager goes into Y county and it's like, whatever, there's the thing, but look, we're going to just do it outside of outside of the realms of that, just whoever the wealthy benefactor is or whatever. It's like, here's an additional job for you that has no... Do you see all that stuff that's happening at the minute with the draft, or not the draft, in the NBA with your man Ballmer?
Oh, yeah.
And it's like just basically allegedly had just set your man Kawhi Leonard up with a contract through a thing. Essentially, allegedly funneling money to him through alternative means that off the books that didn't go, that passed the... What am I looking for?
Salary cap.
The salary cap. To subvert that. So I suspect in a smaller sense that could surely be done here too if there was a competitive advantage to be had.
Yeah. So you're allowed to pay 20 grand a year to managers a stipend, but actually the manager wants 100, and so you find alternative routes to funnel the money through.
So whatever else.
Well, on that,
I know that's very cynical, but I do suspect
it's obviously happening already.
Yeah, it would.
The bit where it's like, hey, we're gonna regulate these payments, and there's a 20 grand limit on it. It's like, well, I'm already getting 5 times that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, there's no issue with the service providers, so like physios and strength and conditioning coaches and all that. There's no problem, right? But it's the manager that is murky. So some counties aren't bothering with the charade anymore. It's been common in recent years for some managers to invoice their county boards for services provided through their own personal companies.
Yeah, they're already doing it, yeah.
So where does it start? Where does it stop here? So if you're a manager of, say, in league terms, a Division 4 side versus Division 1, how much are you getting paid versus that other fella? And then when do the players start getting paid? I guess that's why it's harder than changing the rules of the game, isn't it? Where do you start and where do you stop? How much do you get? When do you get it? How
what-
do you get it?
What about you on YouTube says, when Grugan goes to, it's game over for Armagh at the very top. Smaller counties have a window of opportunity every so often and need everyone available when they get a crop. I wonder what the definition of smaller counties is, because that you'd say that applies. Are Galway in that window, or are Galway such a big county that they're always going to produce talent now that they've got a management structure in place that's getting the best out of them?
It's hard to know. I suppose there's so much historically.
Like
They've had so much historical more success than Armagh.
Cork footballers were somewhat in that, that they had a crop and they did get their All-Ireland.
Yeah.
Down and Kildare simultaneously had a crop and they didn't get theirs. Meath seemed to have a crop out of nowhere now. Or was that a new rules 1 year flare up? Roscommon's crop has started to retire.
Yeah, it's a great question.
And that Mayo, they are obviously a massive county in terms of Gaelic football. But their crop of all-timers seems to have come, unfortunately, at the same time as a Dublin crop of all-timers.
It's a good question. It depends how far back you're happen to go with it. Like in terms of smaller county, so Armagh have 2 All-Irelands. And they've been in 4 finals, 5 finals.
And they were absolutely dominant in Ulster for a decade.
So they probably underperformed a wee bit that first time round. Or under-delivered.
They would all say that, yeah.
But there wasn't a great historical precedent for that. So they're almost like I don't know what the playing population is in Armagh. I'm not sure, but I don't. They've probably been way over punching the last few years to be where they are. That I don't think it's necessarily the same as saying the Cork footballers or whatever. Like Cork footballers, they obviously won All-Ireland in 90 and they won, they're like, there's a kind of a cyclical element to that almost, that I don't think, you wouldn't guarantee with Armagh that they'll win an All-Ireland in the next 50 years. There's not kind of an inevitability to it. It kind of is perfect storm stuff.
Maybe.
That's not to do them down, it's just like it's so unlikely that they've gotten as far as they have based historically.
Well, they had
Tyrone in the noughties, there was no precedent for that whatsoever. It's very hard to say that's the way, that's the new order now. It's hard to know. I don't know, but I don't.
I think the underage structures in Tyrone seem to.
They have, yeah. To be fair,
fairly, and they've taken their period at bat, and they've spent all their money on making the Garvahi Centre and the coaching and the schools in particular hothouses for high quality coaching. So you'd say that's going to last forever.
For sure. Maybe they've done it. And that's the hope of what a county and the alternative thing like that Limerick would have. That you've broken that cycle. But I suppose because historically it isn't there. Like there isn't that thing to lean back on, which is so, I suppose that's kind of really enticing in a way, but it's also pretty daunting because you do always run the risk of falling back into a sort of obscurity. Yeah. Whereas if you're from Kerry or Dublin or whatever, it's just a matter of time.
So I wonder, is the point...
With the Armagh thing, I don't know. It's really hard to know.
Is it based on McGuinness?
But they have, I don't know the thing, but obviously when he did his big interview with Tommy during the summer, wasn't that in... That was with that in mind, wasn't it? They were building their own, kind of putting their own things in place. So hopefully because that's the legacy of these things. Like the All-Irelands are great, but the legacy is almost the next one. Setting yourself up for it, that's because that's So that's and that's fascinating.
Go back to back, doesn't he?
That's fascinating to me. That's really interesting because it's just not the same thing in other counties.
We'll come back to that. We have a while. Do you
want to play a game?
Yeah, go for it.
Do you want to play a game of who gets it first?
Who gets it first?
Let's work on some sort of graphic there during that, because it's jaunty music, right? But the visual is just 3 lads looking around the place. Well, maybe that works, in a perverse way. So welcome back to this game, everyone. Hope you're ready, YouTube. The comments are flying in this morning, I see, for a variety of topics. But let's concentrate on this one specifically. This is a game with a difference this week. Memory is what you'll need for this, right? I'm asking for the day of the week, the day that these 3 great Irish sporting moments happened. So when Sonny O'Sullivan...
3 separate days.
Yeah. When Sonny O'Sullivan won silver...
Is it one day of a week?
What?
Tuesday.
Sonny O'Sullivan for... which one?
Tuesday. You've only done one.
Sydney.
Yeah.
2000. It was the 25th of September.
Have we won?
What day of the week?
He said Tuesday.
I'm afraid that's I can't take that answer because it's wrong. It's close though. It's very close.
Monday?
It was a Monday.
Well, I said Monday. Okay.
Did you?
Yeah.
Do you use Monday as an example of a day?
No,
No, I've just said Monday now. Like, well, it was just one guess and done.
I won't guess and done, yeah, because otherwise, sure, it's one of 7, you know. I remember where I was for I was in school and where you were for.
I wasn't. I don't know why. I definitely wasn't in school.
Owen Shane said the same thing, that he wasn't. He doesn't know why he wasn't in school. I remember the TV being rolled out and we watched this.
So I would have been 9.
What's the second one here, sorry?
I think we're done. I think that's it. It was all Mondays. It was all. Was it all on? They were each on.
No,
Monday.
no.
Oh,
There's
sorry,
two more.
sorry,
Don't
sorry,
worry.
sorry.
Everyone's settling for this. This is really going to get good now. Katie Taylor, 2012 London was the 9th of August. It was a Thursday. Bang on. Now, how do you know that? See, this is why it could be a good game, because you might know it. Like, you might really actually know when this was.
I just know it was towards the end of the week, but not a Friday.
Which is a classic. That's a great definition.
I remember
of
where it
Thursday.
was. I remember where it
High
was.
end stuff.
It's a great definition. Yeah, he's enjoying it. This is good. It brings it back to the glory days. And Ray Houghton Giant Stadium,
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Ireland against Italy, was the 18th of June 1994. What day of the week was that? What day of the week did Ray Houghton score against Italy?
I actually
What
don't
day of the
know.
week did it feel like?
I watched that game in Galway.
You did.
Oh no, the Giant Stadium one. I didn't. I watched that at home.
Dylan says Tuesday. Unfortunately, no. It's a good day for all to watch it.
People are just going to be firing in random days now.
Well, I admire the chutzpah if they do.
Is it also
David Holton has a bling, bling, bling. He's got it.
also a Thursday?
No, it's a Saturday. I promised you 3 different days, and that's what you got on the return.
It's
of
not your finest game.
Who
Won't
gets
lie
it
to you.
first? Do we have an outro for that?
Ding, 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 ding,
No,
ding.
it's the shake of the head, like Ken.
All right.
Thanks for all your guesses there and your passion for the game.
Off the Ball Breakfast is with UPMC Orthopedic Care. When things don't move, rotate, or bend like they used to, choose us to help you get back in action.